quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, one Spirit, is in this very room, in this very room, in this very room.
I love that song. Okay, I'm a little off today. They still have an opening song. Laura Berryhill and Anton Mizrak. Take it away.
Thank you so much. So this is participatory, so we'd like you to stand if you would like to stand. And we'll shout out those words to you. Thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
My friends, my beautiful friends.
Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My beautiful, my beautiful, my beautiful friends. My beautiful, my beautiful, my beautiful friends.
My health, my glorious health.
Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious health. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious health.
So who out there has something you are grateful for? Shout it out, what it is.
Family. All right.
Thank you for my family.
Spirit.
Thank you for my family. Thank you for my family, Spirit. Thank you for my family. My loving, my loving, my loving family. My loving, my loving, my loving family.
Somebody else, what do we got?
Me? Me. All right. Thank you for me.
Thank you for
Exactly.
me, Spirit. Thank you for me. Thank you for me, Spirit. Thank you for me.
My marvelous,
my marvelous, my marvelous me. My marvelous, my marvelous, my marvelous me.
Anyone
One more.
else?
Community.
Community, yeah.
Thank you for community, Spirit. Thank you for community. Thank you for community, Spirit. Thank you for community.
Inclusive.
My inclusive, my inclusive, my inclusive community. My inclusive, my inclusive, my inclusive community.
My life.
Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. My wonderful, my beautiful, my fabulous life. My wonderful, my beautiful, my fabulous life. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing 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 day.
Thank you, Laura Berryhill and Anton Mizrak. Yeah, almost missed that step. I had to wear these shoes. Come on. Orange heels. Good morning, everybody. Happy September. Yeah, Hard to believe. I'm Kimberly Hawkins. I am the Senior Minister, Spiritual Director here, whichever you choose to call it. And it is always my pleasure to welcome each and every one of you. I like to say, no matter where you may happen to be on your own personal spiritual journey, you are welcome here. We honor all paths to God, and we are not about teaching anybody what to think or what to believe, except we do have some pretty important principles that can make life wonderful. So our mission is to teach spiritual tools to transform personal lives and help make a world that works for all, not just all people, but the earth and all. We like to say that we are a spiritually progressive, radically inclusive faith community. So if you're here for the very first time, we'd love to have you raise your hand just so we can give you a little love. We promise yes. Oh, wow, quite a few visitors. Welcome, welcome. And in the back row, I don't think they raised their hand, but when we talked about thank you for family, Viv's two nieces, Llewellyn and Lacey, are here visiting from Oklahoma and Washington State. So a special warm welcome to them. If you didn't get a welcome packet, raise your hand again because the ushers will make sure you get one. And let's see, I have a few introductions to do today. Our pulpit practitioner is Reverend Kim Bebo. And having done our meditation and sitting high watch, we announced this last week, but she's here so we can celebrate her. Laura, would you break high watch for a minute and stand up, please? Reverend Laura Stewart! Woo! Yeah! Woo! After 5 years of ministerial school, Laura passed her panels. We had no doubt that she would, and so she bears the official title now of Reverend Laura Stewart, Licensed Minister of Science of Mind. Laura, we love you and congratulations. Yeah. It is also birthday Sunday because it's the first Sunday of the month. Ginny and Alan have gone to the coast, so there won't be cake today. We'll have cake next week, which, by the way, is also our teen fundraiser, potato bar, so that'll be a feast next week. But if you have a September birthday, as I do, and Laura does, would you please stand, and we're going to sing. The lines at the end are happy birthday, we sure do love you. September birthdays.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. We sure do love you.
Bill and Connie Miner, yeah, happy birthday. And Ginny Nichols is another Virgo in our midst, yeah. All right, so I think that's all the introductions. I want to welcome those watching online or those watching the recording afterwards. We love you too and appreciate your participation here. So it's time now to do what we call taking our collective deep breath. As I turn it over to our musicians to prepare us for our opening prayer and reading. And after this particular song, please hold your applause.
is in my life, and I am strong. Life of God is in my life, and I am healed. The life of God is in my life, and I
And as we're centered in the absolutely gorgeous music, knowing that all that is God, is the oneness that we have together in this space, the oneness with all. And in that oneness, I know that the beauty, the love, the community that is here, that is within each of us, to know that we are all one, is ever present in the magnificence, in the omnipresent time, omnipresence of God. Knowing that all of our connections are intertwined like the leaves on a tree or the roots that flow underground and the trees moving together, knowing what is going on with each. That is what is good, and I am so grateful for that. And I am grateful this morning for this talk that Reverend Kimberly will give about gratitude, or gratitude, and for the people who make this service absolutely possible, for the musicians, for the technicians, for the film folks, and for the feast we will have after the service. I am so incredibly grateful for all of that. And I release this into the law, knowing that it is so. And if you'll join me, and so it is. The reading I chose for this morning, as soon as I have some eyes, is from Reverend Sally Robbins. Thank you for everything. An attitude of gratitude is most salutary and bespeaks the realization that we are now in heaven. Ernest Holmes. The concept of being thankful no matter what intrigues me. Can I really be thankful for everything in my life? I remember reading about a Zen master, Sono, who embraced a spiritual practice of endless thanksgiving. People who came to Sono from near and far to hear her wisdom even though it was exactly the same advice every time. Whether the stories presented to her were about illness, suffering, heartbreak, it didn't matter. Each time a person presented their difficulty, she would offer this powerful practice every morning and every evening, and whenever anything happens to you, simply say, "Thank you for everything. I have no complaint whatsoever." In the Zen story, Sono gives this advice to a man who goes home and for a year adopts the practice. He returned to Sono, however, and said, "I've done as you asked, and a year later I am still miserable as I was before." Sono looked into his eyes, took a deep breath, and said, "Thank you for everything. I have no complaint whatsoever." In that instant, the man understood the lesson and returned home filled with happiness. Reverend Sally says, pronoia, the opposite of paranoia, is the belief that everything works together for our good. When I trust that the universe has my back, I truly can be thankful for every person and situation in my life. And her affirmation was, "Thank you for everything. I have no complaints whatsoever." Thank you for everything.
We're going to do a Tibetan chant and ask you to participate. It's a chant to fill the world with universal compassion. The words to the chant are Om, Tare Tare, Tut Tare, Tu Re Soha. Om, Tare Tare, Tut Tare, Tu Re Soha. Tare Tare, Tu Tare, Tu Re Soha. Om 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 Tare Tare, Tu Tare, Tu Re Soha. Tare Tare, Tu Tare, Tu Re Soha. Om 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 Tare Tare, Tu Tare, Tu Re Soha. tade tade, tu tade tu re so ha, 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 tade tade, tu tade tu re so ha.
It almost feels sacrilegious to clap after that. Beautiful, beautiful, Anton and Laura. So grateful for you and the bowls. Go ahead, go right ahead. Thank you so much. We're so blessed to have these two. Yeah, now. So, new month, new theme. I've chosen this month the theme, Living in the Key of G. And to resolve some of the mystery, but not all of it, it revolves around 3 words that begin with G that are critical, important, crucial to our spiritual health and our spiritual development. So today we're talking about gratitude. At the risk of telling you things you already know, I mean, in New Thought, in Unity and Science of Mind circles, we know the importance of gratitude, and I know you all do. But I want to go a little deeper if possible. So the talk title today is Got Graptitude? And I had to put in the newsletter that was not a typo. Graptitude, you probably will not find it in the dictionary, at least not yet. It is a hybrid word, a combination of the words aptitude and gratitude. And the title came from my sister-in-law, Deborah Scanlon, when she was here. When my sister was a minister, Deborah used to be a mistress and a master, if you will, at creating clever talk titles. So I was telling her about my topic this week, and she said, "Got graptitude?" So gratitude, of course, is the ability and the practice of being grateful, thankful for our blessings. A Course in Miracles talks about it. It says this about gratitude. It's the appropriate response to the reality of the world, much as Reverend Kim read in her reading. It's gratitude for everything, not just the things that we really enjoy. The Course in Miracles tells us it's a state of heaven. And we believe that in New Thought. We believe that heaven is within us, and we experience it to the extent we become conscious of it. A Course in Miracles also says gratitude, get this one, is our proper response to our brothers and sisters for what they are, regardless of their behavior. Right? So what they are is individual expressions of the divine, even if their behavior isn't particularly compassionate or divine. Now, aptitude, we've all heard that expression. Aptitude means a natural ability to do something, something that comes naturally. When we were in 9th grade, most of us took an aptitude test. I don't know if you remember that. Around age 14, usually public schools give an aptitude test, which is meant to point out to us our strengths, whether it's things that we really are interested in or things that we're naturally good at. And those tests are generally used to help guide a student about if they're going on to college, what they might major in, or help guide us when we come to choose a career, what might be a good career. However, even though aptitude means natural ability, part of that is just innate and we can't change it. But experts agree that there are aspects of aptitude that can be developed. We all probably know people that were determined to do something they weren't naturally good at, but they learned to be good at it. Now, I want to look at this idea of aptitude a bit because we're so individual and we're so unique. Most of you know my sister was here for the last 8 days. They just left Wednesday. And growing up, we were so different. I know that Lacey and Llewellyn sitting here might realize the same thing. Sisters and brothers, even in the same family. For instance, I was really good at languages. My sister, not so much. I majored in French in college. She speaks pretty good Spanish now. I hope she won't mind that I say this, but an accent doesn't come easy. Some of you will recognize that, right? For me, it was just a given talent. I hate anything mechanical breaking down. I don't want to deal with it. I have to get someone else to fix it. I don't want to try to figure out what's wrong. She, on the opposite end of the spectrum, from a young age, and maybe some of you know somebody or like this yourselves, she would take things apart just so she could have the pleasure of putting them back together. A clock, she fixed our lawnmower. She reminded me this week that when she was about 5, my Nana had a lamp that wasn't working. And at the age of 5 or 6, Kristen decided she knew how to fix it. It needed a new wire. So she cut the wire, but what she didn't realize was she had to unplug it first. So she got bounced across the room. Thank God she didn't get electrocuted. She ended up in college studying to be a civil engineer. Ginny Nichols, who is not here, no, I want to talk about her later because she is just somebody who practices gratitude beautifully. Oh, here's the other aptitude story. So Viv's nieces, Lacey and Llewellyn, are here, and Lacey, they're both artists. They're both artists, and Lacey does rocks, and I love painting rocks. There's all kinds of cute sayings. You're going to be seeing some of them, I'm sure, on my Facebook page. So we were all painting rocks the other night, and we all did the background color first, and we were all into it. And Vivian, I didn't ask your permission this time. Oh, yes, I did. You always give me permission. Vivian was like, she never finished a rock. She never painted anything on it because she said it just doesn't come easy for her, and she was enjoying watching us. So artistic, even though Viv had a dad who was a photographer and a mom who was an artist, she just didn't get that gene for whatever reason. I'm sure some of you can relate. On the other hand, Vivian has this incredible, she has many, many talents, but one of them is an incredible sense of direction. She can find her way different places, and she likes to find different routes. My brain doesn't work well in that regard. I can have been someplace before, but if I want to get from here to there, I can't map in my head how to get there. Thank God for GPS on my phone, right? So the point is, we all have different natural abilities. Now, when it comes to gratitude, some of us are naturally half glass full people, right? Some of us are naturally half glass empty, or even worse, some of us tend toward the Eeyore personality. Remember the donkey in Winnie the Pooh? You know, woe is me, everything, very pessimistic, very depressive. I mean, just never could see the bright side of things. Melanie Sunday, on the other hand, she gave me permission to share this. I said, you're a glass half full or a glass full person. She goes, no, I'm a glass overflowing person. Right? And if you know Melanie, it is so, so true. Now, I know that most of us who now have come into New Thought teachings know that the importance of being positive, of speaking in a positive way, of looking on the bright side, because we create what we think. We know that. But, you know, gratitude is something we need to keep practicing, no matter where we stand on that spectrum. I read something this week about a piano teacher who said it was her students who practiced during the week who really enjoyed their lessons because they saw progress. And the fact is, when we practice gratitude, we receive so many benefits. We receive peace of mind. We receive joy. I've spoken before about this. Dr. Robert Emmons, who is a professor of psychology at UC Davis, and he's considered the world's leading expert on gratitude. He's written many books on it. And he and his associates have found that there are so many benefits to gratitude. They've linked it to psychological, physical, and social benefits that include stronger immune systems, lower blood pressure, more feelings of joy, a greater sense of social connection. And statistics confirm what we intuitively know about grateful people. They have 10% fewer stress-related illnesses. They have more satisfying relationships. They're more liked, right? We like being around people who are positive and grateful. And get this, grateful youth have 13% fewer fights, are 20% more likely to get good grades, and grateful teens are 10 times less likely to start smoking. So I think that practicing gratitude is important not only for us, our families, our children. We're modeling knowing that all things work together for the good for those who love God. That is from the Bible. All things work together for the good. Kim's reading was gorgeous. You know, all things. So that wonderful Zen master who taught, give thanks, that's hard. That's really deep spiritual practice to be able to do that. But I know we all have experiences in our life when something seemed horrible and it ended up to be a blessing in the end. Okay, so here's a small example. We were putting in the flooring in my house this week, as you know. Big job, messy job, and we all wanted it to be done in a week. Ginny had said, who did the flooring, it'd be done in about a week. The last day we're working on the flooring, she's in one of the bathrooms, and of course you have to take the toilet out to put the flooring in, and a valve broke. So here she is trying to finish because she and Alan were going to the coast the next day, and Deborah and Kristen want to leave and go home the next day. And Deborah and I had run to the hardware store for the umpteenth time to pick up something else she needed, and we get a call on the way back, go back, we need a valve. So we went back, we picked up the valve, we got it to Ginny, and I said, boy, Ginny, this must be frustrating. You know, I know you just want to get this done. And you know what she said? Actually, I'm grateful that it broke. And I'm like, what? Ginny is one of those people like Melanie. Do you know Ginny Nichols? Very positive. She said, yeah, because you realize it was the house is from the 80s. It's an old house. If that ring, we had reinstalled it and had broken in the middle of the night one night, you would have had a flood and your whole bathroom and the new flooring would have been completely soaked. So we can't always see the whole picture. This infinite intelligence that is spirit, God, creator, source, whatever you choose to call it, has the big picture. And we know that it is God's good pleasure to give us the kingdom. We know that it is God's will for our highest and best good. We have to trust that in the end, all things work together for the good. And if it isn't good, if the ending isn't happy, it's not the ending, folks. So this is deep, deep spiritual practice, not the surface stuff. So how do we practice gratitude? We've all heard about gratitude journals, right? We've all heard about that attitude of gratitude. I think we have to do cross-training. You know, to develop muscles, we do different exercises. I think we have to do cross-training in order to develop our gratitude, our aptitude for gratitude. So surely writing down what we're grateful for about once a week is awesome. But you know, research has actually shown that people who try to do that 3 times a week don't enjoy as many benefits as those who just take time in a relaxed way once a week, not just to list what they're grateful for, but to really talk about why. Why am I grateful for my family? What is it about my community that I love? They have more benefits. So yes, that's one of the trainings we can do. Another one is grace before meals. Just this week, because I've been thinking about this, I asked if we could reinstate that at our house. And it is a lovely practice, you know, just to give thanks, to pause. And I have this little quote. I don't know if these statistics are still exactly right, but I'm sure that they're not far from right, and they may be even more so. You probably have heard this. If you have food in the fridge, clothes on your back, a roof over your head, and a place to sleep, you are richer than 75% of the world. If you have money in your bank, your wallet, and some spare change, you are among 8% of the world's wealthy. If you woke up this morning with more health than illness, you are more blessed than the 1 million people who will not survive this week. This is perspective, right? If you've never experienced the danger of battle, the agony of imprisonment or torture, or the horrible pangs of starvation, you are luckier than 500 million people alive and suffering today. If you can read this message, you are more fortunate than 3 billion people in the world who cannot read at all. So, when we complain about things, and mea culpa, when my computer doesn't work like I want, it's frustrating because I can't fix it. When the dryer breaks down, or we need a new refrigerator, which we did recently. But what someone reminded me of, Linda Rapon's daughter Megan loves to say this, those are first world problems. Most people don't have a refrigerator or a computer or a car. So I'm reminding myself to have perspective. And I think saying grace before a meal, we are so blessed to have such plentiful, healthy, organic offerings of food all the time available here in this valley. It's a lovely, lovely practice. Someone once said that having gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a gift and never giving it. So the other aspect, I think, of cross-training is to express our gratitude, to tell the people that we're so grateful for, that we love them, and tell them why. And on that note, let's give a round of applause in a minute. I mean, the volunteers, it takes a village to make this. Michael Sunday prepares soup every week. Greg started the social hall ministry and is continuing to do things for people in the community. Terry Mershon and Lacey, DeLacy are constantly, look at the new altar, they're constantly doing things, not asking for any recognition, they just beautify all the time and make the coffee. Our video team, Corey and Bill and Connie and Jason and Shannon and Tom and Ben. I mean, it's almost hard to mention everybody. Our ushers, our youth, coordinators. So, can we just give a round of applause for all our elves that help out? We're so, so grateful. In the Bible, there's that story of Jesus when he gave the Sermon on the Mount, and 5,000 people were there. By the way, what I've read about that is that there were probably 5,000 men. There were children and women too, but they didn't count them. Things have got to change. I think things are changing. Yeah. No, I will say no more. Anyway, you remember what Jesus did? The little boy had 5 loaves and 3 fishes, and he brought them up to Jesus, and what did Jesus do? He looked to the heavens and gave thanks and blessed the bread and fishes, and not only did they feed the 5,000 and the children and the women, there were 12 baskets of food left over when it was done. So this metaphorically, metaphysically, this practice of gratitude increases everything, our health, our happiness, our peace, our wealth. It primes the pump of the flow of good in our lives. Our founder of Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes, Rev. Kim read part of this in her reading, said, an attitude of gratitude, I think you did read this quote, bespeaks the realization that we are now in heaven. Right now, we have so many good things to enjoy. It is one of the chief graces of the human existence and is crowned in heaven with a consciousness of unity. Now, Thanksgiving is the 4th step in our 5-step prayer treatment. We recognize God is all there is. We recognize that we are part of that. If there's nothing but God, we're made of it, and that's true of everybody, whether they're a different political persuasion, a different whatever than we are. The 3rd step is to affirm the good, the positive, the affirmations that are already in our life, and the 4th step is to give thanks, just as Jesus did. Thanks to God, thanks to Spirit, for the good we know is ours. I didn't have time this week to make my bullet points because I had company, and I'm so grateful that I did. I'm not complaining. It was my choice, too, to spend time with people. So we do have a choice, don't we? To complain or to be grateful, to judge or to love, to be at peace or to be confronting and cantankerous. Yeah. I'm just checking my notes because I think there were a couple little things I wanted to say here before we do a little, again, my trip to Bali, I remember telling you guys that each morning in this Hindu country, first of all, every devoted family, Hindu family, has an altar in their home. And every morning, the woman or women in the home make little square baskets out of palm leaves woven and put in them offerings to God. So it's flowers of different colors that represent the different aspects of God. It's incense that burns, and they set them on the altar. They set them at the steps to the home. You see them all the way down the street every single day because they get trashed. I mean, eventually animals come and eat the nuts and stuff that are in them, and people step on them inadvertently, but they do it every day. So I think, again, that's a reminder that this cross-training, however we choose to do it in gratitude, needs to be done consistently. Consistently. It's not a one-and-done kind of thing. And that country is such a happy country. People look each other in the eye, and they're grateful, and they're connected, and this spirituality permeates every aspect of their daily lives. It's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. Okay. I think I'm almost done, gang. So I do want to say one more thing about this being grateful even for the hard things, because that is the hardest part of this cross-training practice. I remember telling you once before that I started ministerial school and shortly thereafter was laid off my job. And it was a shock at first because I had set aside a lot of money every month to go toward my tuition. It was not cheap. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? And my practitioner, Alice Bandy, at the time said to me, what is good? What are you grateful about? What is good about not having enough money right now? I mean, can you grapple that one? Yeah. And when I thought about it, I thought, okay, I don't have a lot of money, but I have a lot of time to really devote to these practices. I mean, Spirit has given me an opportunity to focus on what I love, and I remember telling you that when I shared with friends what had happened, I immediately, first of all, I got unemployment, and immediately got a several $1,000 loan from a friend who said, I don't want you to quit this path. You can pay this back whenever you want. So, again, it's the way Spirit takes care of us through channels. We don't see the big picture, remember that. When we judge someone, we are not seeing the big picture. We all know that. We've all had thoughts about someone cut you off in traffic. Imagine why they might have done that. They're clearly not a happy person, not a relaxed person, right? We don't see the whole picture. So we have to trust. We have to trust in the goodness of life for all of us. So I would like to go into a little meditation. Laura and Anton suggested, since they brought the bowls, this would be a lovely thing to do. And this is actually one I've done before, but it's part of our cross training. So are you willing to do this with me? So let's let them have a minute to get ready, and let's all just take a couple deep breaths. Closing your eyes if that's comfortable. And I'd like you to bring to mind, what teacher are you most thankful for and why? Feel the feelings of being in the presence of that person and recall, what did you learn from him or her? What's the season you are most thankful for, and what's your favorite part about that season? What electronic device are you most grateful for, and what does it add to your life? What musician or music are you most thankful for? What are you most grateful for that brings beauty to your daily life? What act of kindness has made the greatest difference in your life? What challenging experience has ended up changing your life for the better? What philanthropic cause or organization do you feel thankful for? And finally, what from this year do you feel most grateful for? And now let anything else come to mind that you have gratitude for. And as we end this meditation, I want you or invite you to just take note of the feeling tone of your body right now. Is there any lightness, any shift from before? That's the power of gratitude and of developing gratitude. I'm going to take us right into a prayer. Paul wrote in his letter to the Thessalonians, "Rejoice always, pray without ceasing, give thanks in all circumstances." So there's this power, this presence, this creator, this universal consciousness that knows all, can do all things, is everywhere present always. It is a force, a beneficent force. It wants only good for its creations. It is love, it is peace, it is harmony, it is oneness. We are each a part of it. We can never be separate. We can feel separate, but we can never be separate from that which created us, that which we are made of. So we are each here to be the peace, the joy, the love, the oneness, the harmony, the abundance, you name more God qualities. That's who we are, who we came to be. So I know this week, as we may decide, and we decide to commit to a deeper practice of pausing to give thanks, of realizing that many of our complaints are first world problems, of looking at those things that really are good. You know, there is a natural tendency on the part of our amygdala, our reptilian brain, to watch for danger, to watch what's wrong. It's part of survival. But most of us don't need to be paying attention to that anymore, not need to pay attention to the ego, which is afraid and feels separate from God. When we immerse ourselves in the spiritual cross-training to do all the practices we can to remember we are blessed, we are part of God's holy creation. There is no angry God wanting to punish or withdraw our good. We are here to be joy-filled and to pass that along. May we each feel that this week and the coming months till the close of the year, when we start again with fresh perspectives, fresh intentions. We are so blessed, and we are guided if we but listen. I give thanks to know this is all true. I give thanks for this beautiful time together, for the bowls, for each one here and each one listening online. I just release this prayer now into the heart of the divine, which has one answer always to our prayers. Yes, my beloveds, it is done. And we say together, and so it is. Amen. And thank you.
We invite you to sing along with this song. You will know it.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
All that I am
So blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful for all that we are. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful. We are so blessed. We are so grateful. We are so blessed. We are so grateful. We are so blessed.
So in that spirit of being blessed and grateful, I'm going to invite our ushers, Vivian and Ellen, to come forward. Thank you so much for serving as ushers today. We're going to do our tithes and offerings. Please bless the basket as it goes by if you're an online giver, and thank you to those online who are watching. You also can give on our website, cslroguevalley.org. We're going to say our giving affirmation together here. You ready? Graciously I give from a place of love, knowing that as I give, so do I richly receive. So it is.
So I'm grateful for this country. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. America, America, God shed her grace on thee, and crown thy good with sisterhood from sea to shining sea.
Thank you. It's so funny. When I first heard his, I was thinking and hers, and then you sang it. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, a few announcements. Boy, we've got a lot going on. First of all, after service, we're going to have a quick bite to eat, and these two beautiful musicians are going to be doing an hour-long concert. You're all invited, a love offering of $10 to $20, but nobody turned away. Nobody turned away. If you want to be further uplifted by their incredible music, please join us.
We are going to include a little bit of sound healing with these beautiful bowls, Tibetan bowls
Oh,
that
wow.
we brought from Kathmandu. So we brought them specially today.
Wow, they brought them back from Tibet. Whoa. From
Nepal.
Nepal, sorry. My bowls are Tibetan. Poetry as Spiritual Practice is continuing Tuesday at 10 to 11:30. Bring your journals. Tai Chi follows that at 11:30. We still need volunteers to fill out the calendar for coffee making and cleanup in that calendar's in the kitchen. Registration is still open for my class, The Mystical Path. I'm so excited to be teaching that. We have quite a few signups. Please pay your deposit of $50 by the 4th of September to receive the early bird tuition. You save a lot of money that way. And it's going to be meeting starting September 18 from 2 to 4:30 on Wednesdays. We changed the time. Next week is the Potato Bar fundraiser, so come hungry for our youth, and and it'll be birthday cake week as well. Karen Jordan is leading a vision board workshop. This is a very powerful practice, and many of you have done this, but she's really good at it. Sunday the 15th, so that's 2 weeks from today, $20 love offering. She provides all of the materials and is well experienced to help us. So I'm going to be there, Miss Karen. Thank you for offering that. And then on September 29, we have a prospective new members class to learn more about our philosophy, about what membership means. There's no obligation, but if you decide to become an official member, there's some paperwork, brief paperwork to fill out, and we will have a welcoming ceremony that first Sunday in October for our new members. Have I forgotten anything? All right then. You can sign up for our e-newsletter in Bosworth Hall, and don't forget the prayer box is back there in that corner. Please, our practitioners love to pray for you, and eventually those prayers at the end of the month get sent to Silent Unity in Village for Unity, so you get a lot of prayer. I'm going to invite our practitioners and ministers, quite a few ministers in this room now, up front. They are available after service for what we call a 5-minute miracle. You can go into my office or try to find a... We invite everybody to try to move into the social hall so it's kind of quiet in here for the prayers. I always like to say, don't leave here with a heavy heart. These people are here to know the truth of God's good for you. And I want to read a couple quotes for a benediction today. The first one comes from William Ward. Get this. God gave you a gift of 86,400 seconds today. Have you used one of them to say thank you? And from Rumi, this is lovely. Gratitude is the wine for the soul. Go on, get drunk. Let's have our closing song.
I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world.